I say 50-50 here. See, some companies are really doing better. I don't want to take the names, like they're doing better. They're very, ethically sound. See, a good quality whey protein today, raw I'm talking about, to produce a good quality one, it will cost you somewhere around 1,500, 1,600. There are some people, I'll tell them, like, who don't know anything about we call it as a social media influencers, no idea about the nutrition, they talk something. We need to analyze, like, no, what goes inside that product. What is the source of that? So we need to go do a little bit of research on the background. The health and hygiene is the core part of whatever my boss, like, what I've done with the Rolls on Wheels, or presently what I'm going to do it. Vitamins and minerals are very, very important for the life functions. There are two things. One thing is about whether we have to find some problem statement or gap in the market, we should work on. Second thing, there is already something is existing, you need to improvise that.
Hello viewers, I am sure you're all doing great. This is Professor Guru Prasad and you're watching GIBS IRE Talks podcast powered by GIBS Business School, a platform where we explore some real stories of innovation, inspiration and resilience. As I always say, we are proud to have this as a flagship program of ours where through IRE we have done numerous sessions, maybe classroom sessions, conferences, workshops, podcasts like this, because I think as a business school, we are on a very right path in nurturing tomorrow's entrepreneurs. And I think it's a moral responsibility being a business school. And today, India is growing towards this, creating that ecosystem that's required for the young entrepreneurs to explore. And no doubt, I think through IRE, we have been able to connect with a lot of successful entrepreneurs, wherein we have shared some amazing experiences. And today we have one such entrepreneur with me, and I'm all happy to welcome on all your behalf. I extend my heartfelt welcome to Mr. Yadunandan. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Guru Prasad. I'm glad and I'm honored to be here as a part of your one of the well-known IRE talks.
Pleasure, sir. It's all pleasure. As I said, entrepreneurs or teaching entrepreneurship is not possible through four walls of the classroom, or even we cannot give them the textbook, read this and you can become a successful entrepreneur tomorrow. Only the presence of people like you can bring in a lot of differences, because I'm sure you guys have had a beautiful journey of ups and downs and all of it, which is a great experience for my students as well. So before I get into the subject, I always ask this question to my guest. Take us through your past. I mean, I would definitely want to know your school days, your college days. I have a reason behind why I ask this question. At times, the journey back then is nowhere related to the journey right now. So in short, I want to know whether your entrepreneurial journey was a choice or was an accident. Take us back.
Thanks for asking that. See, I actually am born in an agriculture family.
Okay.
It's very close to Bangalore. It's 60 kilometers. There's a place called Channapatna. There's a place called Thurevalsu, where I born. My parents, we are into the sericulture business. And I think my father. My initial education, primary school, was in government school in my village only. At a fifth, probably you might be knowing, there is a central government schools called Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya.
Okay.
It started way back somewhere around 85. They used to have competitive exams in the fifth standard to get the admission for sixth. So in the fifth standard, I took that exams, I got selected. It's like 60 students they select out of districts. And it's all a completely free education, which central government. It's initiated by Rajiv Gandhi.
Okay.
It's a nice program. Still, it's continuing. So I got selected, and sixth, I moved to a boarding school.
Okay.
Right from my Kannada medium primary school education. From there to we moved to JNVD, which is in Durblapur. For the Bangalore districts, it's in Durblapur. So 6th to 12th, my education happened there till the PUC. So it was more of studying at JNVD, it will impact you in many ways in your life. Like, it's more of discipline. It's very strict. It's kind of a lifestyle, which is like a morning you wake up at 5:30. It's complete, from the morning to evening, it's packed.
You were happy going there, or you were forced to go there?
No, I was happy. Because it was from 4th standard only, my parents knew about that.
Okay.
And some of my teachers at the primary school gave me a little bit of coaching.
Even they prepared you mentally
and other things. And I was happy. Definitely that's kind of like a turning point for my life as well.
Absolutely.
Definitely. So till I completed 10th and PU, I was in the science stream. Till PUC, I completed that.
Okay.
Then post that, then I wrote my CET and other things. I was really not into more of an engineering. Kind of this guy. More of the medicals, because my medical ranking was a little bit this one. First preference, obviously, it was on the medical. Then I got into a veterinary science as an option. So 5 years I studied there in Bangalore, Apollo Veterinary College.
Okay.
In the Bangalore. So it was 1990 to 2004.
Okay.
So initial 3-4 years, it was okay. The fun, your college days, like, because you studied like last 7 years in the one another. Post that, like, I took my GRE to go for my integrated PhD. Unfortunately, since only based on the undergraduation, it's very difficult to get the secure the integrated PhD.
Correct.
Most of the
demand
post-graduation. Post-graduation is a bit high. So then I was thinking like what to do the things. So then I realized that so why don't we do MBA? So that time, you might be aware of Dr. Sridhar Murthy, is one of my good mentors. He's National School of Business founder and chairman.
NSB. Okay.
NSB. He was a veterinarian. He's a veterinarian, and he did his MBA from North Carolina and everything. He was there. So somehow I got in touch with him. Like, he guided me, like, why don't you take GMAT? Already you're taking a GRE. Like, either you do MBA in one of the top schools in Bangalore,
right,
or you go abroad. It gives you a better experience.
Correct.
So then I took my GMAT. Got admission in many of the 4 of US universities and also Stockholm University in Sweden. Unfortunately, I got my US visa got rejected because I had very little time. Instead of Chennai, I had opted for Kolkata.
Okay.
That might be one of the reasons. So then Stockholm University admissions were there. Only thing was, like, in US and University of Texas, I had my graduate assistantship secured. Probably it would have been lesser financial burden for me.
Correct.
There. But anyway, like, I don't want to waste again deferring it to 1 year.
This entire journey of yours, did you ever had this thought that tomorrow I'll start something of my own?
Till my MBA, I was not like. So I completed my 1 year of my MBA at Stockholm University. So then afterwards, when I started searching for this one, I did my internship with the Air France and on there. But again, like, the whole reason for my doing my MBA is what I wanted to have a dual. Especially I had the veterinary degree and the management degree. So that's a better, it helped me in terms of my career in the animal health industry.
Absolutely.
Luckily, I got an opportunity to, as a South Asia market development manager for one of the US-based company in Bangalore. One of my another mentor, I need to tell his name, Professor Devagoda, has helped me and recommended them. So I back from Paris to Bangalore, and I joined here in 2011. So that time, so when I joined, like, I think initial my interview was told that maximum 4 to 5 years I worked, because I want to take. By that time, like, when I was doing my MBA, I want to do something in the business or entrepreneurship. Not still the startup world. It was not this one, but something to do business. That was already, it was there in my mind.
But you worked for some company for a few years.
Exactly, 4 years I worked.
Right.
It was a US-based pharmaceutical company. So I was heading South Asia.
I'm sure that has given you a lot of experience.
Exactly. See, that work involves me a lot of travel.
Correct.
Around.
Yes.
So 20 days in a month, I used to travel, interact with a lot of global teams and other things. So if you ask me, like, where this idea, many people ask me, like, you are a veterinarian and MBA, and how come to the food business? To be honest, like, this idea came from there. When I was traveling, a lot of layovers in the airports. I used to go to the US office and other stuff. So in Chicago airport, sometimes when I go, like, because you have 3-4 hours what to do, you will go around food courts turning. So something it really struck me was the open kitchen concepts. Like, if you go to most of the airports, how quick, like, it could be a burger joint, it could be a Mexican, whatever it might be. It's an open kitchen plus the quick service, That's what a little bit of impacting me. So I started working on that. Then by 2010, I decided to quit and start off my own.
Start something of your own. So that's where you began Rolls on Wheels?
Exactly.
Yes. What was the idea behind it? And tell me the reason behind that beautiful name, Rolls on Wheels.
See, initially, the name came from because I wanted to start off something in the kiosk model because I didn't have any bigger capex. So end of my third year, 4th years of my work, I thought, like, probably I need to quit and I should start something. So obviously, this food in something like I was very clear, like, something in the food way I need to do.
Just to intervene here, when you decided to quit and start something of your own, what was your reaction from your parents or dependents? Were they happy? Were they like cautioned you, or you're already having a good job in your hand? Why do you want to take a risk?
That was there. Then my wife, she was also working. She was an engineer and she was in Cognizant that time.
Okay.
So
She was
2009, I
supportive
got married.
Uh-huh.
I mean, really, they never said no to anything.
Okay.
My father was a bit supportive, and even when I started initial business, I had my consultancy work, so still used to help me out and other things. Obviously, that some fear is there. Like when you are
Correct.
you are in some multinational company, you go like a very luxurious this one. Like I mean, like
Fear for
traveling
them
flights.
is
Yeah.
obvious. You
Correct.
had fear?
I don't think so. I never thought about like my mind was like very clear.
Perfect.
And again, coming to the roles on wheels, what you asked me. See, I was looking at like something to start in food. So that time there was a company called Burger Man in a kiosk model.
Right.
There was a guy called Sunil from Chennai. Like he started Burger Man, very successful in Chennai. Then Bangalore, he was expanding in the franchisee model. I thought of initially take the franchisee and do something. So I checked with him. Like now somehow like now the ROI didn't really impress me. Then what else we could do? So then I thought of Cartizone, but that time Cartizone, Kiran Nadkarni, Cartizone was like 2008. It started
Cartizone,
off.
okay.
Might be known. So they were expanding. So there was one outlet very close to my place, very in Indranagar. So afternoon, sometimes I used to go and sit and just observe. That time itself, 2009, 2010, it was in a higher price point. They were selling at this one. Then I thought like, okay, if you look at that one is around 140, 150 rupees of their roll. But if you come to the roadside, still there was a Carti rolls were available. It was selling at 30, 40 rupees. But the biggest difference was there was a air conditioned, nice QSR model, very hygienic and other things. Here, not so hygienic and other things, but the waiting time is more. Everything they used to do it like another thing. Somehow I thought like probably there is a gap in the the middle segment, something to build something which is a bit of look hygienic, consistency in quality, and also quick.
I think entrepreneur journey always begins with identifying the gaps.
Exactly, that's what I would say. Like now, whether two things. One thing is whether we can identify a problem or gaps in the market and
Right.
you do it.
Right.
Otherwise, I can be better than anybody else.
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Right.
So that's where it started off. So 2010, I resigned.
Great.
To be honest, when I put my papers, I didn't have any other
Plan B.
things for Plan B, like consultancy in mind. Luckily, through some of the contacts, I got a consultancy contract from the US Soybean Export Council in January. It was a little bit of, giving me a little bit of stability in terms of financially and that was more of a 10 to 12 days in a month, working around helping the poultry entrepreneurs, promoting the soy and other things. And working from home, they didn't have any office and other things. So you were getting paid. And there was an Indian boss, Dr. Vijayanand. They were very, very supportive. I know him like as my industry friend. So that's a little bit, definitely it's helped me. Like 6-7 years along with my roles on wheels and expansions, I continued that also. 2017, when I thought like I need to more put my time in the business, then I decided to quit. But it was more of a it's a freelancing job.
Okay.
And in addition, my wife, she was working as well. So that was also a little bit of supportive.
I was having a great chat with you off the camera.
Yeah.
And health is something that you put as a top priority in this venture of yours. Am I right?
Yeah.
I mean, what made you to trigger? When did you start this, by the way? 2000?
2011.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
2011.
The reason I asked you this question because I'm sure you had a different set of strategy post 2020.
Yeah.
Correct? Where health became a top priority for the whole globe.
Exactly.
So I just want to know your business pre-COVID, post-COVID.
See, there are two things. Like in terms of business, revenue, operation perspective, if I take it,
Okay.
obviously my pre-COVID till like 2011 to 2016, if I take till the Swiggy and Zomato come into play, predominantly our business was more of offline.
Okay.
Even though I had my own delivery systems, people and other people and all, that was very minute level of things. It was more of people used to come to your stores, take it. Could be, we had some outlets with a bit of seatings, otherwise like it's just a takeaway kind of things. Post-COVID, 95% of my business moved into online delivery.
Okay.
Yeah, because many of my outlets close to the IT corridors or colleges or something, since they were shut, they were not making real walk-ins. So it's moved into this one. So in terms of business consolidation point of view, in post-COVID, what I did was, since the business has moved into more of an online model,
Correct.
I consolidated. Because I had some offline stores paying higher rentals, suppose in the core Mangla, like I was running, but my offline walk-in sales has come down to 20% of what I was pre-COVID. Then it doesn't make sense for me to pay 1 lakh rental there and keep that bigger.
Absolutely.
Better I move to a next room, take a smaller, that's what the cloud kitchen concept,
Yes.
I pay only 20,000, still I operate the things. So what I did was like post-COVID, I consolidated. Like now, whenever the outlet which is close by 4 to 5 kilometers, I closed, which is doing lesser, closed down. So I kept each stores between 6 to 7 kilometers range because Swiggy and Zomato will deliver for 4 kilometers ranges minimum, and night it goes up to 6 to 7 kilometers. I consolidated, but what I did was like I didn't fire employees or something. I used them to increase my timings. Before we used to operate from morning 11 to 11. So I increased the timing to early morning 5 o'clock because many of the locations Swiggy, Zomato were delivering this one. That has boosted me. Today, our 30% of our revenue comes from after 11 till the morning, late night. Probably one of the things
That's
is
the
like
typical Bangalore style.
Bangalore style. And second thing is, if you look at like normally the analytics of the food which is got delivered in the late night, people don't prefer that time like meals or like curry or something. They want something like a single serving meal. It could be roll, it could be a pizza, it could be a sandwich. Those kind of items are preferred in the late night. Something which we can quick and grab and go.
True.
So again, your coming point to your point of health, definitely, a lot of things. People started, people move more towards the brand-oriented this one because that's the trust.
Yes.
Because I'm bringing the health and other things, obviously. And we are like absolutely like an open kitchen concept from the beginning. So you can see whatever we are doing. So we never had hide kitchens concept. That's people have seen. So that might have helped us to increase the sales post-COVID. And many of initiatives we also taken is like now we come up with the high protein rolls. See, there are two things happened in the during COVID, like a lot of supplements. So we call it as in the nutrition, if you call it like a macros and micros.
True.
So obviously your macros will be your carbohydrate, protein, fat, and other things. Micros will come to your multivitamins and it could be your fibers and other things. So macros, we did a lot of things on the like coming up with the high protein rolls, which people like now because today also 73% of Indians are deficient of protein. It's not by they can't able to offer. It's more of ignorance because we don't know. I need a 1 gram of protein per my body weight.
That's it.
Not many people will realize that. Otherwise, if you look at overall the meals, it's predominantly carb heavy. Absolutely. Because we use rice, use ragi and other things. It's not a meat or anything on these sprouts and other things, cereal basis. That has helped, definitely. And also the new, the company like now slowly we are...
Yeah, you said about it.
Yeah, exiting the Rolls on Wheels. Now it's taken over by Cure Foods.
Okay.
So we have a new company called ActiveVP Private Limited, where we are focusing on the preventive healthcare.
Okay.
Especially how supplements can help you in terms of body function. I say like max after 30s or something, like if you look at like your micronutrients balancing will help you how you live in 70s or 60s or 70s. That's very, very important for the body.
I have a question here.
Yeah.
I don't know it's right platform to ask, but you can try to answer it without naming any company as such.
Yeah.
You can take this as a personal question.
Yeah.
When I really brand or market something as health conscious and something that will add value to you, proteins or whatever, do they really mean it?
See, I say 50-50 here. See, some companies are really doing better. I don't want to take the names, like they're doing better. They're very, ethically sound.
Okay.
They maintain clean labels, what we say. Even though sometimes we know not to be 100% clean labels, still I can do maximum. See, off the camera, like I was talking to you about the polyols.
Absolutely.
So, like, your sorbitols and other things, we use it as artificial sweeteners. Okay. See, this is
now again, that is absolutely not acceptable when you're saying it as, health.
See, using 10 grams of that and I'm saying I don't have any added sugar doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely.
See, in FSSAI, it clearly says like now you need to mention it as a more of a laxative effect. It is not good for the pregnant woman and less than 14 years and other things. Absolutely. But sometimes you will take that advantage of loopholes in the FSSAI and use a little bit of lesser than whatever the permissible levels and do it. When you have an alternative. See, that is one thing I would say, but there are really some good companies really working on really building up a good nutritional this one because I remember like when I used to travel even 15 years back, I seen in Melbourne or in US or something, there's a lot of vitamin shoppies. Okay, that time itself. Because I know some of my colleagues from Southeast Asia and other people, they used to buy a lot for their parents. It could be multivitamin supplements and other things. They think that like it's good. I never seen this here. See, now you're saying only this protein supplements for the gym goers kind of thing.
Exactly.
More of like whey protein. Some shops has come up. Maybe India, it's a lot of quick commerce and e-commerce has been developed a lot. Like a lot of people order over the things. Obviously, like to give a small example, like whey protein also. Like it's not about like one scoop of protein, it will give you 24. That's what they advertise. But how much is get absorbed?
Absolutely.
Even the whey protein also, you'll have a different qualities. See, a good quality whey protein today, raw I'm talking about, to produce a good quality, it will cost you somewhere around 1,500, 1,600. If somebody is offering you 1 kg of whey protein at a market price at 1,500, you need to question what it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because obviously your packaging, your margins, your channels, everything, it counts a lot. So
How do you rate customers' knowledge in this?
see now, post-COVID,
Are they aware about all these things?
obviously, see now what happens on social media, there's a lot of things. See, it's both, I would say, like the good and bad things in this one. There are some people, I'll tell them, like, who don't know anything about we call it as a social media influencers, no idea about the nutrition. They talk something
Absolutely.
else, another thing. This
Yes.
the people, because when you have some good number of followers, another thing, but there are some good guys like
And
who are
you
knowledgeable.
can't rely completely on the reviews as well. You get into reviews, mixed reviews there.
That's always we can make up.
Right.
There are agencies which can give you like 100, 200 reviews, whatever
Absolutely.
you require, and other things. So that's never, you can't.
So how do you suggest that I should educate
One is
myself?
like, obviously, some authenticated third-party labs reports, if they are producing, that's one thing we need to believe. So if they're very clear about what is the source, what they have got it, like, See, today, to give an example, see, I'm using some X company's vitamins and minerals for doing my product. So suppose like I'll take an example of DSM, something. DSM is there from last 30, 40 years in the market, a well-known, proper research before releasing any of the product in it. But I can get a lot of cheaper alternatives from China to use it. You never know that efficacy and other thing. Suppose give an example, nowadays you might be knowing Shilajit is more for the endurance and other things and already. Shilajit, if you don't do proper processing, there is a high chances of heavy metal contamination like arsenic and lead. You don't believe like the good processed Shilajit at a raw material stage, it costs you more than 20K. But somebody is offering like 3,000, 4,000, you need to question. Like it's a kind of process what you do, like till that permissible levels and other things. So that's a biggest thing. So even some, what I would say, like today, a lot of startups have come up in the health line.
Yeah, there are many.
Many has come up. We need to analyze like what goes inside that product.
Absolutely.
What is the source of that? So we need to go do a little bit of research on the background.
Right.
So you're using Shilajit. From where it is sourced?
Correct.
Obviously, I'm not going to produce it, but where it comes from.
True.
With that kind of clarity, and probably you can't print everything on the packet. I totally observe, but definitely you'll have a website.
I wanted to ask you this question.
Definitely website. That's what we are building now.
So there are some hidden information, as you said, which is not mentioned in the back of the packaging or anything.
Obviously, there are some people hide people because there is an FSI, like if it is, an ingredient is not used more than 2% or something, you may not need to mention.
Okay.
Something goes off. But that's what I say. Like,
but that 2% can play a big role.
Big role in terms of things. That's what like I'm saying. The customer need to be a little bit more careful when analyzing. That's what we also thought. Like now, when we are doing our new packaging, because now our shots are coming up in a very small.
Okay.
I can't put a lot of information on that. Okay, what it's required by this one, but we are planning to put up a scanning code. If you scan that,
That's better.
It goes back to your website
and gives all the
I give you
details.
all backend information. What is the ingredient I use?
I love this.
Where I got it from that.
Perfect.
And clinical research backside. Suppose I'm using like chromium and zinc. So where I source, that is the company. How much of research they have done on the chromium research?
Why can't we make this as a regulatory practice for everyone?
Obviously, that's FSI.
I think FSI have to take a call.
They have to take up and other things. Like now, because they have some limited, like that's what people will adhere to that.
But I love this, what you said.
Yeah.
That's great. Now, I would say this is the right time question now. What is your USP for the rolls and wheels as well as your new venture that stands different from the rest of the brands?
See, rolls on wheels, when we started off, like now it's 15 years back, it was totally like, I would say like, I found a gap in the market.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do like very clean, hygienic, a quality food, this one in a more of a convenient and quickest way what I can give. So because I remember like I was telling about the cortisone where I sit and I ordered, I takes 30 minutes. I come to the roadside, I might get faster, but it may not be like, I'm not very sure about like what the ingredients placing. So end of the day, like no hygiene, the health and hygiene is the core part of whatever my both like what I've done with the rolls on wheels or presently what I'm going to do it. Here also with a new company, what we are doing is the preventive healthcare. What we see is like lot of micronutrients. Suppose like you need a vitamin A for your eye health. I can't eat so much of carrot in my daily this one too.
Exactly.
So obviously you need to supplement. Probably you might get 20-30% off from your food items, but still there is a 40-50% you need to supplement,
Correct.
which helps you in this one. Today, as I'm young, I may not notice that, but there is the nervous deterioration happening after 50 or 40, like nowadays, like young kids also get the glasses and other thing. But,
Yes.
but if you take it now, like maybe after 50, 60 years or something, like muscle degeneration, if you don't have proper supplementations, a lot of things will happen over the thing. So that's why we suggest like, whatever. First thing is always having a balanced diet. Second thing is if you can't able to do that, always switch on to a bit of supplements, which is from a good source.
Now here I have a layman's question to you.
Yeah.
A very layman, because I heard somebody saying this, mentioning this, my friends and relatives and all that. Lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing any physical workouts, okay, I have a very traditional
Sedentary work style.
right,
Yeah, kind of,
from
yeah.
morning 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I don't have any time for my workouts and other thing, which means I should not take those supplements and other things. Is this statement right? Can this be taken also by a person who is absolutely not into
Obviously,
any of this
I
work?
think this is more like, see, one thing I always advocate minimum 45 minutes of any kind of walking, brisk walk or nothing for anybody. It could be a man or woman, whoever it might be. See, that's always it's.
So the question, who asked me this has a permanent work from home.
Yeah,
I don't even see him going out since last 1.5 months, 2 months, 3 months.
yeah,
Stand alone inside.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
you recommend such supplement? and other
Obviously,
things?
see,
You can.
definitely. See, supplements I'm talking about, there are two things here. See, people will, once we call it as I told about the macros and micros. If you're gym going, otherwise, like if you're less dependent on the protein or something, nowadays, a lot of people tell you more of protein.
Correct.
That can be supplements in terms of whey protein, whatever the supplements you do. Otherwise, you can balance your diet.
Okay.
You can have more of cereals, sprouts, like dairy or meat sources and other things.
Okay.
Again, micronutrients and other things. Today, I will tell you like vitamin D. If you're exposed to sun, you don't require it. See, normally God will, give you,
Absolutely.
more of this one. But when you are not exposed to, as I said, work from home, I need vitamin D for your joint health, a lot of things.
Yes.
And all this more of vitamins and minerals are interlinked. If something is deficient in this one, suppose calcium and vitamin D is like interdependent. If one is low or something, it will lower the absorption of other things.
Okay.
Obviously, you need to do supplements. But I would say vitamins and minerals are very, very important for the life
Right.
functions, cell activities, your energy, a lot of your vital organs are this
So
one.
it's
If
irrespective
you're
of
not
whether
getting from your balanced diet, I suggest you take a kind of a supplement.
supplements.
Suppose, like to give my example, I am a vitamin B12 deficient, but I am a hardcore non-vegetarian.
Okay.
I eat like 4 to 5 times a week or something. But for me, normally vitamin B12 it's comes from the more of the animal source protein. So
Correct.
you will see deficiency in the veg. This one. I was having a little bit of issues with fatigue, low energy, and other things. See, that time when I went to the doctor, they did all the studies because he never doubted me vitamin B12 deficiency because I said I'm a non-vegetarian. But finally, when I done this test, vitamin test and B12, so after that, I started taking initially some shots. Now I take some supplements. For me, absorption is the problem. That could be many things like vitamin B12. Like you'll feel like okay. See, just I'll tell you vitamin B12. When I morning woke up, like I'll have a little bit of lethargic or something in my legs. I don't feel really motivated on something. Once you stop supplements, that's good. This one.
So you definitely recommend these
Yeah.
even if somebody is not involved into any of the physical workouts.
Obviously, they need to take, but I recommend them at least move your body like at least 30-45 minutes. Do some brisk walk or something.
Correct.
Always. See, we talk about like nowadays, like a lot of, you might have heard of fat loss.
Right, absolutely.
This Ozempic and other
Yes.
things are shots and other things.
Right.
See, that's also for the people like who don't want to work out and take the balanced diet and other things. There might be a lot of side effects and other things. Because what we recommend is like once we have a balanced diet, like normally say fat loss is a very simple science. You need to have like more of the protein heavy diet and you reduce your carbs. So you talk about 2000 kilocalories is required. Let me take 1500 kilocalories. Or your majority of your calories comes from the protein or other things than the easily digestible carbs or something. Obviously, that whatever the chart was 500 plus your physical movement of 500. So obviously, like you will be start losing 2 to 3 kgs, or you become fit or like strengthening another thing. Obviously, I don't think so. There is any eureka moment without doing any physical exercises like by using food or supplements. You can able to do that.
Right.
But supplements are required for all ages, I would say.
All ages also.
All ages, even kids. Like if you take Complan, Horlicks, and all, like you can see no bad side. It's all supplemented with vitamins, minerals, BCA, so many things because it's required for your brain development.
Talking about your the new venture, that's the verge of the launch, right?
Yeah, it's another 2 months. Yeah.
What challenges have you already predicted that this might be the challenges when I launch this? Anything I said?
See, some of the category what we are working on, Prasad, still we're working on something like a category creation. Already I was talking about the two things. One thing is about whether we have to find some problem statement or gap in the market, we should work on. Second thing, there is already something is existing, you need to improvise that.
Correct.
Okay. Like I give an example of like something like now see Rose on Wheels when we created in 2011 was a gap in the market. You might have heard of another brand called California Burrito. There was no Mexican chains. The Brett Muller is a US American like who came here. He found like there is no good Mexican joints. He started off expanding. So another things if you look at like I'll take an example from the food industry only like 15 years back hardly we had many fresh microbreweries in Bangalore. Today we have 100 plus. Okay. So 15 years back, it was a new category creation. There was nothing. Today, somebody is entering today, even though you have a material, whatever the money or invest, bigger this one. Today, you need to compete with that 100 plus means you need to be better in something. You should have a better testing the beer, or you have a better testing food, you have better testing ambience, service. You need to be better than that. That's what we know. So here also, like in the functional shots, what we are talking about. Yeah, from overall areas, like can we give this micronutrients or nutrients in a more of a fun and holistic way? It should not be like something like today, if I ask you to take tablets, you take for 1 week or 10 days, and you'll slowly this one.
True.
How I can make it as a more of a lifestyle product?
Correct. That is important.
Yeah. So supplements should not treat it as a something you are taking like now
for the sake of
it,
right.
And it should be a more of a lifestyle. That's what we try to go.
Perfect.
It could be like a little bit challenging because I was talking about like my energy shots. It's a big thing in US, like it's a 5-hour energy shots and other things. But India still we are on Red Bull, Monster, or Sting or something. But one thing what I say, like just to take an example of something, like we are solving what is the issue with the present energy shots. High sugar, carbonation, artificial colors and other things. We are coming up with fruit-based shots. You'll have that same caffeine or vitamin B complex or something, which gives you energy or something, but doesn't give you any extra sugar, no carbonation, no artificial flavors. It gives you a flavor of fruits when you're consuming it.
Any chance for global expansion? Or would you launch first in India?
Yeah, that's what we are looking at. It will be launched in India because I was there in the Gulf Food in Dubai in last February. So many of the companies in Europe already doing that. Already market is established there. But their cost of production is very high. That is one thing. What we are looking at is like probably we can be better on that.
It's better in India?
Yeah, it's better than India because affordability of raw materials is lesser. Obviously, we are working with some of the multinational research-based companies for the major ingredients. But if you look at other processes, like it could be a fruit pulp, or it may be a processing cost, labor cost, it's much, much lower here. Today, even the packing materials, suppose.
Yes.
A lot of things like that's the advantage we can take it. Nowadays, I think there is a lot of between UK and us, we have lesser tariffs and other things. Probably we can take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. So we see a really big export opportunities.
Great. Have you done any pilot study in India where you have tested with some of the customers, prospective customers?
We did some. Mm-hmm.
How was the review?
Review is good. Mm-hmm. Review is good. People, but I would say till it goes into the mass, it's very difficult because initially 6 months we are not really looking at making it something. Yes. We need to work with close group of people. Suppose like with the marathon runners, the gym goers, the regular probably colleges like you coming on experience.
Perfect.
Get the feedbacks and improvise on the product. Probably we might change our the way of things also. Right. But definitely, I feel that I think there's a way forward. So whenever we give some supplements in more of lifestyle, make it a lifestyle product. The sustainability is more.
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely. End of the day, that is what it matters.
Exactly.
Don't do it for the sake of doing.
Yeah, exactly. If you force something to heat, people will not like it.
They won't.
Yeah.
Great. You had a very incredible journey, no doubt about it. If I ask you this last question, do you still have any unfinished business? Is still something running in your mind that this is what I have to start one day?
As of now, nothing. I'm looking at the Delta supplements. Probably in India, if you look at the GDP is increasing, people's per capita, the spending power is increasing. Probably what we negated too much in this one is like that little bit of, as you said, sedentary lifestyles and other thing. We feel preventive healthcare because today we don't mind once I get to the hospital, I don't mind spending lakhs of rupees, but if I say like now something you spend some 2,000 to 3,000 rupees a month on your, on the supplements or something, still people will, look at this one. But this business is going to grow wrong. So to give an example, like 70% of Indians we say like there is a gut issues.
True.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you don't believe the product alone, Yakult, the probiotic drink, you might be aware, that's itself a 400 crore business in India alone. They sell 50 million bottles world over every day. Only one product, this one is a Japanese company, like no product. So it's very big. In prebiotic and probiotic market worldwide, it's a $30 billion. Even you need to have a one hero product which can change this one. You might have seen some Pet Safa and other things, some North India they've done. It's grown up to 2,000 crore valuations. I think it relieves your constipation. I think that. So there is a big chances, I would say, in the preventive healthcare. Probably we need to bring more and more products which is help the Indians to be more healthy.
On the gut management, I think Hrithik Roshan has also started.
The Good Bug and other things. Yeah. He is the brand ambassador. Yes. Many of the nowadays like a lot of celebrities are becoming a part of the the ventures. And I think that's an easy way to get the eyeballs.
True.
Yeah.
Great. As I said, we have a lot of budding entrepreneurs, I would say, who would love to be the next Yadunandan.
Yeah.
Any suggestions or life skill suggestions for the students? All yours.
Yeah. Prasad, I would say till now I have not done big things, but like in the last 15 years of journey, if I take it, I would say never afraid to start anything. Again, see, first thing is to start. See, many people will spend most of their time thinking about doing something, but never they start off. So never afraid to start something, even if it fail also. Again, you have to get up and start again. That's one thing. And second thing, I would say the comfort zone. See, I'm seeing now the present generation, they're into the because your parents might be wealthy, other things and all. If you're in more of comfort zone, it's very difficult. Otherwise, if you're doing a 9-to-5 jobs, you want the weekends to be enjoyed and other things, then entrepreneurship is not a cup of tea for me, because it's almost 24/7 other thing. If I take example of my food business alone, weekends are much busier for us. I can take my time off on Monday, Tuesday, take family out and or something. But so when the business is happening, weekends I have to be there at the way the business is happening. That's one thing. And don't think too much about the capital and other things. I know in the present situation, you require capital, but start small. Anything you start small, grow slowly. Because if you look at any of the bigger businesses built over in the world, they all started it in a smaller way, small team, small capital, then slowly they built up on that. And another thing, what I would say, once you start something, don't quit very soon. Sometimes you are very close to your success when you are quitting it. Taken my own examples, if I say, I had another brand called Happy Meat, which I started in 2017, same time as the Licious and other people. 2019 September, I went up that business because I couldn't able to raise any further capital. I was a little bit burning. It was affecting my roles on this business, another thing. 2019 September, March 2020, COVID hit. Suddenly, all the offline stores are closed. We had our own app and everything, online business. Lot of D2C brands got good funding and businesses went up. So I would have, I think another 6 months I would have sustained the losses and done. But you never know. It's the same thing with Rolls on Wheels also. Post-COVID, if you look at, we consolidated the business. Don't be too much emotional. I consolidated the business. I used that manpower to do the late night operations. That's how you adjusted, things got changed. Sometimes your adversities can get changed to this one. So before quitting, I would say take till the last drop. You try your best. Yeah, that's that.
Wow. Bang on, sir. Bang on point. So this is what I mentioned in my opening remarks as well. No textbooks, no classroom sessions can teach you these things, and only a person who has experienced that journey like you can share this. That's how we are trying to nurture the entrepreneurs of tomorrow through these talks, through this podcast, through these sessions, through this program called IRE. Yeah. On behalf of all my viewers, I extend my very heartfelt thanks to you for sparing your time and sharing your wonderful journey with us. Thank you a lot.
Thank you so much. I wish all the best for all the new budding entrepreneurs, your students. to the institution as well.
Thank you. And we also wish you all success for your upcoming new venture.
Thank you.
And also for all the further new ventures that you're going to launch. We are with you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
For those of us who have not joined yet or subscribed yet, please like us in all the social media platforms, GIBS IRE Talks Podcast, GIBS Business School, and you can do follow Yadunandan in the social media platform. You tend to learn a lot of things.
I'm very active in LinkedIn. You
Yes.
can always do that.
So please do follow. I mean, that's another way how you, learn, not just through classrooms or textbooks. These are also the possible ways you learn. I'm sure you all had a wonderful takeaways from the short interaction. I wish you all great success. And for now, this is Guru Prasad signing off, and thank you for watching.